Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from the host Imperial Dane. The one, the only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland of it, a glorious 1v1 owner. Bayeux. In the west it is Deus Ex Machina, fighting for the British Army in the Commonwealth. The 11th Armoured Division here with Mobile Assault featuring 81mm mortar teams. Sappers, or Royal Recovery Sappers, Infiltration Commandos, Vehicle Crew Repairs, and the Land Matches, versus east it is Skadi, fighting for the Oberkommers, Germany, Deutschland here of course, with Overwatch, with Jaegers, early warning systems, for the fatherland, like the Feldhauptsachsen and Sector Assault. We got a Royal Sapper, or Recovery Sapper there, section, let's go start for Deus Ex Machina versus Coolbug and Foxes there for Skadi. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patrons, supporters, champions, and heroes one and all. Without them, this episode and so many others would not be possible. So big thanks to all those. Other people join the ranks by pledging on Patreon, or they can donate by PayPal. Links in the video description. Finally, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing is also another way to help. So off to the race here, and of course, Skadi here goes for a watch, or occasionally scavenge here, which most Overwatch players do, because you want the Jaegers versus the British, because otherwise British infantry is just kind of too efficient for just regular infantry to deal with, which is why you typically see like heavy Jaeger plays versus the British a lot of the time, because they basically sort of punch right past the British infantry's high received accuracy bonuses and other bonuses. They kind of make some of those inefficient for the troop to deal with. Obviously, they hard kind of the British that can sort of create their own issues, but that's what you typically see. You can see here though, Deus Ex Machina is going for a pretty heavy like recovery sapper build here. Put to the steam rescue there, they are fairly cheap for like a 5-man squad that's not quite assault grenadier level, but you know, kind of close. Remember, you can add in like flamethrowers to them, and they get smoke, and they get anti-tank grenades. Like, they get an awful lot there. That said, though, right in the early game, Deus Ex Machina almost loses his universal carry. It's actually really close cut there. Very lucky there for Deus Ex Machina, he didn't lose it. Here, though, we got the first from the rest carry there. Bit of skirmishing here and there. Further casualties here. Fulters they're not winning out at all. Kuban can't assist either. We got another full squad out here for Skadi. Sectioning forwards. Full striking there. We got another full squad here for Skadi and the German army. They're pretty rare to see like a British player go for like that many sort of recovery sappers in the early game, but again, highlights, you know, they do pack a bit of punch. Plus, of course, they're also quite handy for repairing your universal carrier faster, because again, they start as 5-man. And okay, Deus Ex Machina here, definitely playing it differently, and for some reason they have to use rifles. Alright chaps, you know the drill, grab the rifles and look nice. But why, sir? We don't even use them. Just grab the rifles or you're gonna have to get out. Oh, bother. If you want to blame someone, blame Churchill. But why? Just because. So they go rushing and eyeing him to basically just mechanize his infantry in the early game. Get closing and then just pop him with the saps at close range. There we go. Moving in swiftly against the filters up close. They're already heavily damaged. They're going to have to retreat now. Yellows, the sappers will utterly annihilate there with the Sten guns. But yeah, pretty like interesting shift in tactics. Got the Kugelwagen as well there. Definitely not a great start here for Skadi. It's obviously relying heavily on the Jaegers to try and turn the tide, because, I mean, so far, Deus Ex Machina's strategy is highly unorthodox. And in fact, he's following up here with a officer as well there, striking into a pretty assault-heavy formation here for the British, which is certainly not quite typically seen like this, for sure. Section to be caught with the focus out in the open. Offers there halfway done. Focusing down rapidly, very good. Track-RT obviously wants to get the battlefield headquarters, the upgrade ready, so he can call in the Jaegers to get that upgrade as fast as possible. And even if he calls them in now, without the G33 upgrade, they're gonna not be that much useful here for Skadi. But there you go, got the offs out. Here's that small submachine guns, small assault elements here for Deus Ex Machina. Universal open on the full grenadiers. Can, well, upgrade them, but these get into territory, and that so far was opponents doing a fairly good job of keeping out of. Pushed off the cop on there as well, disrupting here Deus Ex Machina's resource income, very good. Folks, there's the sappers, they definitely need to close in. At long range, they will lose to the full grenadiers. Track down the battle group headquarters. North here point being seized. Battle headquarters almost done. Section on the Volksgrenadiers there. Almost done there. Go calling the Jaegers. Can then upgrade the Battlefield Headquarters. We can then unlock the G43 Marksman Rifle. So there you go. First Jaeger squad out there. Followed with the advancing officer here. Closing in there. Could pop a light gun bomb here against the Germans. There you go. Off it goes. Note that while he showed us a grenade with the time of the actual gun bomb was a percussive grenade, meaning it actually detonated upon impact. But obviously a powerful grenade like that going off when it hit would obviously be really difficult to balance. But technical detail there. Technical detail again highlights the difference between, you know, reality and what's actually good gameplay or fun gameplay for some players. Anyways, biggest only for Deus Ex Machina. Jaeger's there, not quite yet upgraded. He needs to get that mechanized Battlefield Corps support up there. Defending the car point against the British. Worth noting, we yet to see any flamethrower upgrades here for Deus Ex Machina, which you'd kind of sort of figure would be slightly a priority for him, but obviously the munitions are so far going to other things. Can upgrade here in a few moments. There we go. Can upgrade, but so far isn't. Fall to the flanking in here. Fuel pump being ceased, they need to counterattack rapidly, and of course need to get this going to upgrade those Jaegers. Like, the longer the Jaegers aren't being upgraded, the less effective they effectively are here for them. I mean, they're just a four-man squad that really isn't that much better than the others' infantry. In fact, it's kind of worse. Because again, the fewer of them. Almost got the Volkswagen squad here. Fuel pump cut off there. I can understand wanting to go for the unit to wipe it out potentially. Need to retreat the Jaegers. And there you go, got the mechanized battle group support on the way there. Bakers at the ready. Troops sitting out. Nothing further going in Deus Ex Machina's base. Jaeger serves the sappers. Fuel point is ceased, but at least managed to cut off northern fuel point from the British supply lines. Ensuring that at least Deus Ex Machina that way doesn't get too much fuel, though he does have a significant fuel advantage here over Skadi and the German sappers. They are wiped out. Good kill here for Skadi and the German army. Deutschland here, the 7th Panzer Division. And not the 7th. Nonsense, they fought on the Eastern Front. We're talking the 21st Panzer Division. MD fed fire for Skadi.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our
Got points here, grab the fuel point there. Got 8 infiltration commander squad out here for Deus Ex Machina, equipped of course for the silenced end gun, which while shown here as being automatic weapon, in reality was actually fully semi-automatic, because otherwise you just burn through the silencer. So the guns actually couldn't fire automatically, they were pretty much just set to fire only semi-automatic. Fun fact though, fun fact. But they were very, very silent though. In fact, the gun itself, firing the mechanisms made more sound than the shots themselves. Fun fact. Follow to the University carry here, grab northern fuel point with a Sturmpioneer. Jaeger's thing, finally equipped with these marksman rifle, push back the officer there. Good lord, these bastards got guns! It's a war set, oh right. Because they're set up here to support the push on the fuel point there. You can see there, Deus Ex Machina very heavily focused on hitting Skadi's fuel point there. Let's see what follow up next. Maybe a flak craft tech. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised to just try to move straight ahead for armor, and maybe some orbital dart in here versus Deus Ex Machina. But I think also crucially, Deus Ex Machina has just played a very unorthodox British game in a lot of ways here, which I imagine has also caught Skadi off guard. And there you go, waiting for the right time to strike with the Commandos. Might see another light gun bomb here, and then striking with the Commandos. He's waiting for the right time. I think he's basically hoping that at some point Skadi focuses somewhere else, and then he charges into the Commandos. There we go. Light gun bomb off on the Volksgrenadiers. Oh dear, that was a bit awkward there. Still, the Volks being absolutely massacred. You can see there by the silenced end guns here on the Commandos. 3 kills already. Narrowly avoiding wipes here. Pretty close encounter there for Skadi. And you can see the Deus Ex Machina's Commandos swiftly advance. Up north is two teams in the Universal Carrier, though without a Panther strike. Their chance of taking out the Universal Carrier like this, I mean, they're definitely not bad. The Sturmpire actually have a fairly good performance versus the light vehicles like this. And getting 2 Sturmpire squads can actually quickly deal with them, but typically you want a Panther strike to get the job done faster, so it actually doesn't have time to get away there. And there go Commandos and the officers in the Sturmpire's retreat squad path here. Definitely a chance here with losing the Sturmpioneer, which would, without a doubt, hurt Skadi here. But looks like just narrowly lucky enough here. Kedmef on the way there for Skadi and the German army side of the victim being seized here. Officer moving straight to the Volksgrenadier squads here. No, oh, Sturmgewehren are on the way, but they're not fully reinforced. There you go. Cancels the guy that's get the reinforcement going. A light gun bomb off here. Friedrich, though, did not make it out of that one. Up north, before Jaegers held against the Commandos. Light gun bomb there doing some heavy damage. Troops enforcing healing. In the south, they got the full Skadi advancing on the southern fuel point there. They got a section moving up to counter such a Hun move. Otherwise, further here for Skadi, nothing transpiring. Meanwhile, Deus Ex Machina already taking up here. At this rate, we're able to push out either Centaur Cromwell very fast versus Skadi, who is nowhere close to hitting tanks himself. Certainly one of the advantages of the British is they can get out medium tanks much faster than the faction due to overall cheaper and faster tech structures. So that's actually a massive advantage here. And Skadi, meanwhile, still needs to get the truck out, set up for the Schwerpunkt quarters, then authorize it. Like, he is going to be so much further behind there. Deus Ex Machina, he will need more Academy ups. He might even need a Panther strike on the Sturm Pioneers to really stand a chance there against Deus Ex Machina's incoming armored hordes. So definitely going to be tough there for the Germans. Not impossible, but tough. So it's reinforcing Wehrmacht Schlepper there, hauling about. There we go, engaging the Vickers. Quickly dropping loose there like a sack of potatoes from the 5th floor at the London Stock Exchange. University there, being engaged. Quickly falling a bit back here. Sappers there flanking up here. Looks like they might be home to sneak about there, but they are not being given that chance. Officer moving in here, and we got the Commandos taking a deep path north here. Deus Ex Machina has got something sneaky schemed out in his mind, and he's ready to execute a most sinister plan. Cromwell there for Deus Ex Machina. Meanwhile, pushing the car upon University about to hit by the Kednaffer, gets away, shoots, misses, machine gun crew there. I mean, really sneaky play here by Deus Ex Machina, sinister even. In this case, the Skadi, just somehow managed to avoid the Commandos for now, but like, he does know, and of course, Deus Ex Machina just waits for the machine gun set up, at which point he's going to go for the kill, wipe the machine gun, and leave Skadi feeling very sad. This is absolutely just top-notch play. They're really highlighting what these infiltrations can do in the hands of, a skilled player. So thumbs up there to Deus Ex Machina, though obviously, I don't want to be in the receiving end of this. I'd rather prefer anyone doing this with a Stormtrooper squad. But there you go. Good kill here by Deus Ex Machina. Machine gun wipe. Could even steal it, but apparently doesn't care about it. Still hit the southern fuel point there. Cut it off there. Grabbing it. Not all bad. But there, of course, is still the crucial matter that he's about to get hit by a tank. And he's nowhere close to a tank himself. So this is going to get a bit rough here for Skadi. After they're moving in and quickly taking losses there. Not bothering with that machine gun at all. Maybe he's even using it as bait there. At which point that is definitely extra sneaky for Deus Ex Machina. Cromwell rushing forward for Deus Ex Machina. The Kednaffer lands. Good shot there. Bit awkward movement there. Great shot there for the Kednaffer. Second shot. No, also went through. North University going forward here. Fulton has of course got the Schwerpunkt quarters authorized, so he can defend the fuel point for at least a brief while here. Even the car point. Back here, reinforcement healing. So, fairly good map control for Skadi despite everything, but yeah, no, definitely a bit of a dangerous situation here versus the British. And very good usage of the Commandos so far by Deus Ex Machina. Sandbags up, in the south you got the Jaegers pushing back the officer. Quad here for Skadi. Might want to go for some Obersoldaten perhaps. But more like just saying up for Panther 4 here versus the British. South side, Jaegers Kednaffer from full squad remains in defense, while he's keeping a force up north here as well. Another Kednaffer for Skadi. Obviously want to make sure he doesn't get completely blown up with the Cromwell, but also of course to maximise his chances of quickly reducing the Cromwell to a, burning heap of scrap metal. And we got a mortar out for Deus Ex Machina. Thumbs up, very excellent choice here. Of course, he needs to deal with the dark-in German defender. Mortar's a good choice. Sturmbus creeping on the Cromwell there with a Ketten Panzerbuchse lands are good here. In the south here, officer held back there still. Need to retreat those Sturm Pioneer before they get wiped. Yeah, that was definitely a bit really risky there by Skadi, to be honest. Up north here, Fulton almost wiped the Commandos. Still, the Cromwell is a bit damaged. Bit dinged up. Got the mortar there, deploying mortar fire here against the Germans. Direct hit on the Jaegers just to reposition. That was some fairly good luck there for Deus Ex Machina, and less lucky there for Skadi. Again, also treating the southern positions have now more or less been completely undone here. Good use of the mortar, and certainly highlighting the worth of going for one. Thumbs up there to Deus Ex Machina on that front. Need to get some anti-tank runs down here to stop that crumble fast. Machina moving in. Panther 6 doing Pioneer. Even having a mine boy next to Skadi's base, which has yet to been dealt with. There we go. Keep about to go up. There you go. Double rocket hits there. Almost got the Cromwell. 2 more hits could leave it a burning scrap heap, but no. Falls short there. North machine gun defense northern position. The MD-34 manned by a few brave sappers. And there you go. Skadi here at the 50-minute mark. Calls in the Panther 4. Model J. We'll have to see what Deus 6 man goes for next. Cromwell, Centaur, Firefly. Will he try and go for Comets or Churchill tanks? Numerous options here for the British player. We got 295 to 188, and certainly that's one thing that Skadi has definitely got going for them. They've got a massive victory point advantage. Up north looks like we're seeing a flanking machine gun, but that said, force they're definitely a bit better spread out. That the machine gun crew will make short work of them. There you go. Managed to bypass the gun, and there you go. Forcing here Deus 6 Machina up north through retreat. Decent push here by Skadi, though commits a full 3 squads just to push back the machine gun. In the centre, meanwhile, machine gun up there. In the south, Commandos lining up here for an ambush on any German infiltrators or attackers. Ooh, turning on the offense. North University coming in, the Fox squads can't deal with that. We got the Vickers catching the cannon for quickly gunning down Dieter. But now the Panther was arrived here for Skadi and for Deutschland. Die Panzerkampfwagen 4 aus von Gold, and Deus 6 Machina commits to another Cromwell cruiser tank. Got the assault officer moving forwards there. Jaeger's handing out 12 kills off H-53. Panther 4 rushing ahead here. You could still consider another Jaeger squad here with just some Overslaughter versus Deus 6 Machina. But there you go, pushing up with the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Officer there about to go out with the Volksgun squad. Yep, that was definitely an awkward call here by Skadi. He does get the universal carrier, but, you know, hard to say if that was a worthy trade there. May not have been. There you go. Cromwell gets the first shot on the Panther 4 there. Trying to take out the officer, but only frees up the Cromwell to get another free shot at the Panther 4 and successfully does so. Pushing the Panther 4 down to half health. The Jaeger's retreating. Panther 4 in deep shizer here. That said, if Deus 6 Machina gets a bit too eager, it could leave an option here for the Germans to knock out the Cromwell in return in the centre. Machine gun there holding up well. In the south, Commandos in ambush. And further south, small section having a tea party. Skadi realizing that he needs light artillery of his own goes for the light Infanteriegeschützaktion. Thumbs up to that. But now we got the 2 tanks linking up with each other. Definitely going to be a problem there for Skadi's tank, but also infantry, unless he can cultivate them straight into every anti-tank weapon. In which case, there's a good chance of taking out some of these Cromwells. Got the machine providing cover here. Southern side, we got the mortar, the section moving up here. Is he actually going to try and bombard the German base with the mortar? That'd be pretty interesting. Sandbags up north. Nothing further transpiring here in the base of Deus 6 Machina. Might be just going to keep churning out Cromwells, which is honestly quite cost efficient. North here floats to the sappers. Assault of moving in as well there. Need to retreat them. And there we go. It looks to be a base raid here. Yeah, he's going to go straight for the base here. His opponent expecting to push up north towards the fuel point is completely blindsided here. But Deus 6 Machina going straight for the underbelly. Now forcing him to retreat all the anti-tank weapons into the units there to deal with it. Which of course means he can become free shots for his debris fire. Land matches up. Panther 4 remaining up north here though. Whew, this is an absolute mean move here by Deus 6 Machina. Striking where his opponent just absolutely was not ready for. There you go, the Kenner without getting wiped out here. They're all bunching up. There we go. Cluster losing that. Needs to reinforce immediately. Still Pioneer. Kenner opening up there. Cromwell there deploying smoke now to just allow and find 3 more shots, but at the same time making it hard for the Chem to respond. There we go. 1 hit, 1 miss. Panther 4 doing nothing. Full squad close being wiped out. The Commandos at the ready to ambush any pursuers. Devious push here for Deus 6 Machina. Devious. That was an absolutely brutal raid there by the British, scoring numerous kills, but also crucially just more or less denuding the entire northern front. He wasn't able to follow up on it, but you know, or is he perhaps planning to then use the follow up with a land mattress attack into the base? Oh, you absolute monster. Well, he is playing against the British. Yeah. Anyways, machine there was the section there. And there you go, he managed to narrowly get his troops spread out before they get turned into basically just blown up pieces of meat. And there you go, Commandos creeping up. The Jaegers almost wiped out. And there you go, the Jaegers forced to retreat into the rocket barrage. Somehow one guy survives. Panther Force trying to flank here. Almost trying to take out the land matches here, but at the same time he can't stick around for too long. The mines, of course, there's still the Cromwells to deal with. Phew. South here, Commandos sneaking in there with a smoke grenade, forcing the machine gun tree position. Kenner's moving ahead here. Up north here, Fult's advancing straight into the Cromwell.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Panther 4 flanks, misses the Cromwell. And there you go, Commandos for the KEDMF already again here. Got it from the KED for the Cromwell, but the situation remains pretty awkward here for Skadi. They're trying, and the British are just frustrating every move. Which is obviously what they should be doing. Still no sign of upgrades there. No weapon racks either. We do get a Brandhand grenade in there on the machine gun. Threatening to turn it. Oh, and he gets the Keddenwerfer. He wipes the crew. Skadi there needs to keep the Commandos off and fast. There you go. Light cannon bomb. Trying for a wipe on the retreating unit, but doesn't quite get it, at least with the grenade. Jaegers then machine gun suppressing the Commandos. Up north, Cromwell striking. He needs to enter tank weapons up now to deal with the Cromwells. Good lord. There's some absolutely just brutal plays here from the British. Steel Pioneer scored half the squad gone with a single shot from the Cromwell. They kept falling up there. Pushing him down to a very low health total there. You can soon go for another Panther 4, of course, there's all these Cromwells he nails. You just wouldn't consider like a Yak Panzer. But I think either works out well enough. Machine gun routed by the British machine gun. Mine goes off in the south, finally killing several Fult's Grenadiers. This match is definitely something else. More artillery fire there. Up north, Cromwell's being fixed up here by Deus Ex Machina's hard-working sappers. North here we got the Commander officer the officer just pushed back. Panther 4 falling a bit back here. 6 kills close to another land matches barrage being unleashed here by Deus Ex Machina straight into Skadi's base. Smoke deployed here to allow the Cromwell a more easy escape here. Thumbs up. Some really impressive timing there by Deus Ex Machina too. And our third Cromwell. He's not even bothering with anything bigger than that. He just goes for more medium tanks or cruiser tanks. Since British tank doctrine operated with slightly different tank concepts compared to like the other major powers. Cromwell strike north at sea in the same time against Commandos continue to be an absolute menace to Skadi's infantry. Cromwell now halfway done, troops reinforcing healing. Shoots, misses. Machine repositioning here. Skadi has a land gun, but infantry-wise, Skadi has suffered like intense loss. He's down to the Volkskriegsguard squad and the Sturmpunie. He's got next to nothing left, while his opponent still has a section, the officer and the Commandos, plus the sappers, multiple machine guns too. So I think Skadi needs to look at to replace some of these infantry losses besides getting out more armor. At this point, though, I'm wondering if Skadi might be planning to like hope to turn the tide with a Panther, which is, you know. Rarely ever sold on that one personally. Close one there. We'll have to see what Skadi plans next. I mean, a Panther 4 would, I think, be a solid choice with all the infantry and the armor. But of course, the Panther, in theory, could at least provide some moral support against the Cromwells. But they can push straight in. I mean, just aggressive plays with Deus Ex Machina. Like, just finds a weak spot and then exploits it. Just pressing Skadi, make it harder for Skadi to like just find time to like do things reasonably. And you can see there, as soon as like turns the sights on the Cromwell, then another unit strikes elsewhere. And now he follows up with even more tanks. The Sturmpunie has been isolated from those to force the Panther 4 and the Kevin can't assist either. You need to retreat them before he just eliminates them with the Cromwell. It's just really difficult for Skadi to keep up with just the rapid breakneck pace of Deus Ex Machina's tactics and aggression. Diving in with the Panther 4, he's diving out of there, so Cromwell's diving. He needs to get the Panther 4 out there, he needs to get the anti-tank weapons in as well there. Not looking great here. Cromwell, they almost knocked out here, but then there's still 2 other Cromwells to move in. Volksgrenadiers, Landvergammung, where's the Keddenwerfers? Mach schnell, meine Herren. Betchen die free there, gaining the Panther 4, but loses it. Got one Cromwell, but virtually 3 Panther for Cromwell is not a great trade team, particularly when considering the other resources there. Sapper's almost wiped out. He can go for the Panther now if that's what he wants to, but still, 2 Cromwells got away with that. Just absolutely punishing raids here by the British player. Skadi, though, is definitely looking a bit paralysed here. Just, again, this sheer rapid tempo that Deus Ex Machina is exploding here is just making it difficult for Skadi to, like, just stabilise. Still no armour. Is he planning a King Tiger? That would be, I think, suicidal here for Skadi. Like, he needs to go for a tank now, and he needs more infantry. Going for Obersoldaten. I mean, it's great he wants to replace his infantry losses, and sending some Obersoldaten right now would probably be his better bet. But he also needs tanks. We can see that Deus Ex Machina is just churning out more tanks. He knows exactly, you know, what he needs. He's making great use, but I can see that by the sheer speed and agility of the Croms combined with the smoke shells. Can calculate some of the Commandos there were well here. 100 guy in the section in the centre, Machine in there, I've got 4 kills, 22. Orbison squad almost done. So what is he planning? A Panther 4? Yak Panther 4, is it a Panther? aka the Panther 5. Guard and Orbison squad out here immediately and the light machine gun. That's going to be very necessary for Skadi. Commandos flanking in once more. Quickly retreating there as soon as he sees the Obersoldaten. North, the Cromwell's try again. Need to treat the Sturm Pioneer Schnell, and I think they came also to get out of there. We do get a Panther here for Skadi. Camera's not quite pointing in the right directions here. Definitely an awkward spot here for Skadi. Again, we just see Deus Ex Machina exploiting the terrain quite well. Again, using the Cromwell's speed here. Just quickly bypass any anti-tank guns if they like even remotely out of position. If they isolate, you can see there, it just fires a smoke shells. I mean, really incredible like micromanagement skills as well here by Deus Ex Machina. Which I think is like another sort of like pressure element here in Skadi. Panther fast there, but not enough damage. There go Cromwell almost like the entire Fulton squad, but just running over it. Panther's clustering down here. They do get a bound grenade here. Oh! Loses the section. A small one here for Skadi. Actually managed to wipe then Deus Ex Machina, but he's still got 3 Croms to deal with. The officer, the commanders, the sappers, and all the other things here that Deus Ex Machina is still wielding hyper aggressively here versus Skadi. Panther, though, is finally out here for the German army, Deutschland, but will 1 Panther suffice against 3 Cromwells? Yeah, like, the problem again is always with the Panther is it doesn't have a lot of firepower for its cost. I mean, you meet with like a lot of tanks, the problem is the armor's not necessarily going to matter too much. Oh, there you go. Schwerpanzer about to get knocked out, Kevin in there. Schwerpanzer was knocked out here. Almost got a Cromwell there, but there you go. As you notice again, they're using the speed to flank the Panther. Go 1 Cromwell down. Go when here for Skadi. Virtually 3 Cromwell. The Care members in pursuit by infantry to get some troops into support, but they're basically at the base is just struggling to keep up with Deus Ex Machina. Line down the 5 kills 22 here. 275, 213. He's diving in with a Panther here against Deus Ex Machina. Feel like this could be a mistake here by Skadi. But I imagine he must be feeling frustrated. There you go. Despite low health, he dives from the Cromwell behind the Panther. Realizing going to be catching here. That could be the end here of Skadi's Panther. There we go. Further damage inflicted on the Panther. It is low on health here. No support arriving. Panther is down to a slip of health here. Almost got the officer here. Until he finds to the base again. Lekemev is on the move. Sturmpionier. I need to get up to the Panther, but they're busy in the south. Oh, Gott in Himmel. He needs to back up base, in fact. He needs more Sturm Pioneers. Meanwhile, Deus Ex Machina rapidly replacing the lost Cromwell there. For the 11th Armoured Division, which was also, as a fun fact, the only division to really use Cromwell tanks. Most other British Armoured Divisions actually make use of Sherman tanks. Because while Combination is obviously the Cromwell being this iconic British tank, it was just like, you know, they just had more Shermans. Fun fact. Obviously showing the British also having Shermans would be a bit boring, so get used to the Cromwell, but, you know, it might give the wrong impression to some. Command down to the other side of the foot, can you see? Routed, Cromwell diving in there, Panther still trying to get out of there. The Kevin's moving in there to assist. Need to get the Panther all the way back to the base, and he got Jaegers out there. Not a bad idea, but again, honestly, at this point, I would recommend more Sturm Pioneers just to accelerate the repairs on the Panther, and honestly, also get another Panzerschreck team out there. Focus orbs on the hip, diving in there, but again, without anti-tank support, this is risky versus the Cromwells, in particular, again, the Ace Cromwell here. Yep. Okay, they're gaining Retty 3 there, almost Retty 4, in fact, versus the Cromwell. Gains it. Very good there for him. Let's go for Deus Ex Machina's tanks. Losing the Northern Fuel Pump, fixing up the Panther. 269 versus 181. Carter firing off there from the base, the 25-pounder gun. Panther there being fixed up. Panther diving in there, backed up the Sturmpionier. Two spring out there. Akema's routed. Almost got the Cromwell there. We can see the Deus Ex Machina attack here, tanked from a number of angles against Skadi. Got the other ace level troll kills, not shabby. Light gun bomb here. Oh, smoke grenade. Sneaky, but takes a nasty hit from the light infantry Schutz, which is closing on the Destiny fleet. Whoops, sorry about that. Sometimes the scroll button there doesn't quite do what I want it to. South here, Commandos going straight for the light infantry Schutz, looking to silence the German artillery. Definitely not a bad idea at all there by Deus Ex Machina. Artillery fire raining down here as well around the German base. Panther remains in a defensive position. Commandos darting to the base here. Rocket light gun cleared out. There we go. Pop smoke to disengage. Well, they do it automatically when they retreat after a certain amount of efficiency. Another sapper team out here for Deus Ex Machina. Could have gone for Commandos, but just calls in more sappers. We got 269 to 158 here. Could salvage some of the other stuff here for a bit of extra fuel. Not really much you can use it on at the moment. You could go for mechanized reg and some Pumas maybe, or a flak half track. Not the flak half track's going to be particularly useful here, so yeah, it's like not you can do a lot with the fuel, but might be good preparation for another match. Jaeger's being pursued here, Panther going in there. Good shot there. The Kevman from there turning around. Panther hits the Panther, putting him down to half health already. Common Blitz here. Good shot there in the Cromwell, close to 2 on the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Ace Cromwelling in, like him coming fire from the base. Smoke deployed again. Panther there takes another penetrate for the frontal armor. Kevin to turn around here. Shot bounced. Vetni 2 gained on the Panther. Up north, you've got the focus of the advancing commando officer. Kednev is still not a commando officer. I don't know why I keep calling him that. Kednev there didn't turn around there, bit of a miss here, and he's diving in with a Panther when he probably should be repairing it. And he really should go for some more Sturmpionier. Like, he needs to fix that Panther up. Schnell. We got 269 and 40. Fixing up the Battlegroup headquarters rather than the Panther. I can understand why he preserves his medic source, but oh, at least he's finally going for more Sturm Pioneers. Thumbs up to that, I guess. But I think the priority should be, you know, the thing that can actually fight against the other tanks. And the Battlegroup headquarters, for all its many wonders, does not, you know, present any guns that can directly fire at the enemy tanks. So I feel like this is a misprioritization there by Skadi. Again, I get the logic, but under the current circumstances, he's going to watch when he's able to replace that, then he's going to be able to replace the Panther currently. Another land matches barrage here, plus of course, it's just all the rockets are into the base. Okay, he's done with that, but he's already lost 2 of the Sturm Pioneers to rocket barrage. Got the truck out there. Northie commands into the enemy fed falls line of fire. Quickly suppressed, but they can pop a smoke grenade. Thumbs up there to Deus Ex Machina. False alarm swiped up the rocket barrage there. Might try and close in on the machine gun. He's outmaneuvered. There he just retreats, realizing he could get outmaneuvered. Does mean this Deus Ex Machina is back to just bleeding out Skadi here rapidly from victory points. Panther's almost fixed up. Again, there's still the matter of 3 Cromwells, including the Ace Cromwell there under Deus Ex Machina's command. South here, Jaeger's pursuing the machine gun, pushing it back. Cromwell diving in there. Panther remains statically. Again, there seems to be a sense of, hesitation here for Skadi. Like, he needs to get aggressive, but he's not entirely sure how to approach Deus Ex Machina. In particular, when Deus Ex Machina has a lot of tanks, but like, if he makes one mistake, they're just going to swarm his Panther and knock it out, or his infantry and knock them out. So, definitely a top spot here, but when he's just doing nothing with the Panther either, it may as well not be there. So, it really just highlights, that issue with the Panther there in a sense. Full squad about to go wiped there by the Cromwells. Panther's diving in here. Good shot then, the Cromwell. Shot missed, got the ops on the flank here. Sturmpionier nearby, but they're quick to push back as well here. Other Sturmpire squad being quick with repair kits. 74 points left versus the 269 of Deus Ex Machina. Land matches round got 17 kills, 24 kills. That went up rapidly. 25 kills. Panther on the move here. That land match was definitely on itself in by now for sure here for Deus Ex Machina. Now go Cromwell straight in the Panther. Closing in rapidly, outpacing it. Chems being hit by the Commandos. Troops trying to clear it out. They got them suppressed. Good. Panther goes down to half health. It's also half H of FT3 though. Comet Blitz trying to keep the pace there, but there you go. Third Cromwell running. You can see there, even with the veteran 2 on the external from that, the Cromwells are just tearing through the armor. Ultimately, as you can see there, the problem with the Panther is it just does not have enough firepower to like match when he just gets outnumbered by medium tanks. So yeah. GG, I think that at this point Skadi just has no way within significantly stopping Deus Ex Machina's tanks because again, like Chems are much more easily outpaced here by them, all smoked out. So this is looking especially bad right now for Skadi. His men are being murdered out there. I think he actually might just abandon the match already. Yeah, he has. I think we just need to wait for the game there go to react on this, and there you go. GG, game over. A loss here for the German army, victory for the British army. I think a highlight here just, how powerful the British can be on the right circumstances. Though, of course, Skadi, I think, did make some crucial mistakes in there, which definitely benefited Deus Ex Machina. That said, Deus Ex Machina is an aggressive, and as you can see, they're quite an inventive player at times there, which definitely did not make the job easier for the German player. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family, but don't tell our enemies. This is Imperial saying cheers. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.